Hello everyone, I greet you all today. In this video, I am going to take you through the hashing and the encryption. Basically, I'm going to take you through the encryption and the decryption. We will not talk about the hashing because that has been, explained so well. But then there is a little technicality with the encryption and decryption. And this video is just to throw more light on what has been done already. Let's get into the video. Okay, when you get access to the link, the hashing and the encryption link, it's open to the public. There is no login needed. You just get to this particular page. We have two services put together: the QR code generation and the crypto toolkit. So don't go to the QR code generator because that is not what we are doing. We are working on the crypto toolkit, which has the encryption and the decryption and the hashing and all those kind of things there that you can explore. You can explore to see how some of these things work because they are all important when it comes to the training that we are going through. It gives you more understanding. Now let me open my notepad. Okay, so this is my notepad, and let me clear everything here from the notepad because we are going to use the keys in here to work things out. Okay, we have two individuals that are going to perform some of the duties here. We have the sender and the receiver. The sender would need to get two keys and the receiver also has two keys. So let's take, for instance, you are in a company and every worker in the company, let's say the manager, the secretary, you'll be given two pair of keys, your public key and your private key. And the receiver too, or because there could be a time the receiver can be a sender and the sender can be a receiver. So I just want to mean that every person will be given a public key and a private key. In the case where you are supposed to send a document to another person, you become the sender and the one to receive becomes the receiver. In the situation whereby you are going to receive an item, somebody is supposed to send a document to you to review, to sign, whatever, you now become the receiver. Then the one sending it to you becomes the sender. But then all of you would need to get two keys, which is your public keys and your private keys. Your private keys are not supposed to be shared with anyone. It is for you and you alone. But your public keys are what you can share with the ones sending you the document, because they're going to use that public key, to become part of the encryption thing that they would have to do with regards to the document you have shared with them. Okay, so that is how it works. Let's quickly go into the system. Now we are not going to use this one, the test and the password, blah blah blah. We are going to use the public key and the document. So I switch to document, I come to public key. Now this is the interface that I currently have. There's a little update we have done. At first the generate key was here, but then we have created a separate one here so that it wouldn't confuse you so much. All you need to do is that you need to get your keys. So let's say, for instance, we don't have the keys, so let me generate the keys. Now when I click on this one, I'm going to generate the key. So this is the first pair of keys. You can give this to either the receiver or to the sender, but for the first start we are giving this key to the sender. Let me copy it and save it here, public key. Copy this one too and save it here, the private key. Now let's generate another one. Click on this. Okay, let me click on this. Good, let me click on this. So we generated another one, and this one we are going to give it to the receiver. Okay, then we copy this one, then we give this one too as a private for the receiver. So now I have 4 keys, 2 public keys, 2 private keys, one for the sender, one for the receiver. Now let's move into the encryption process. Okay, let's close this one. We don't need this again. I want to encrypt a document. The first thing is for me to upload the document I want to encrypt. Let me click on this one. You can just drag it in there, or you click on it and it will give you a pop-up menu where you would find the document you want to encrypt. Okay, so let's say this is the document. I just want to find a saved document. Okay, so this is the document. I click on this one, then I upload it. So this is a response PDF that I want to encrypt so that the receiver will be able to decrypt and see what is in there. Now, what do I need here? What I need here is my public key and my private key. Then here will be the receiver's public key. So who is receiving? Let's say the secretary, and I am the manager. So as the manager, I'll have to encrypt the file with my public key and my private key. Okay. And then the public key of the receiver so that it will be able to help in the decryption process. I need to tie the document with the receiver's public key, okay, as a sign of identity. Now this is it. I'll just click on encrypt. So now I come here, the document has been encrypted. So you see the ENC, it means that the document is encrypted. Now let's download the encrypted document and see what is in there. So I've downloaded the encrypted document. Let's open it to see what is in there. In opening the document, we're going to see if we're going to see real content or we're going to see some jump or let's say some unintelligible content that we cannot read to understand. Okay, let me quickly push it here. Good. Now here is it. Let's see. Good. So do you see anything? The content is jumped. You don't see anything in here. These are symbols and letters and some numbers. Like you don't even see IC4 in there. I see boxes and some jammed content. It has been encrypted. So who can read this and understand? Nobody, unless it is being decrypted. Now we are going to the decryption process. I have sent this document to the secretary. So the secretary has it, and the secretary has to decrypt and see what's in there. Okay, now this is the document. This is it. This is the document. The secretary has to decrypt this document. So what should the secretary do? We come to the decryption process. Then we come to the encrypted file. Then we have to drop it here. So okay, let me pick that private key. So we have to drop it here. Okay. Now you will see that the moment I come to the decryption, the receiver now becomes the first point of contact, and the sender's key becomes the second point of contact. But in the encryption process, you see that the sender becomes the first point of contact and the receiver becomes the second point of contact. But in the decryption process, the receiver is now going to decrypt. So the receiver private key will be needed. Then the sender's public key will also be needed, right? Now let's come to the receiver's public key will be here. And the receiver's private key will also be here. Okay, then here will be the one who sent the document, his private key as a sign of identity. So we put it here. So you see, auto identify from file. It means that this file that we're going to do, is connected. Okay, so this is going to auto identify the file that it's coming from the particular sender. Now I will just drag in the file in here. Okay, there's it. So I'll just drag in the file here. So this is the file we are going to decrypt. Okay, now this is the CGC file. So let's see. I'll just click on decrypt. Then the file has now been decrypted. So let's download and see what was in the file. I click here in my downloads, open it, and now boom, this is what is in the file. So this is what was encrypted, and now it has been decrypted. I believe now it's very clear for you. So it's very simple. Encryption, decryption. The sender would encrypt with the public and the private key plus the public key of the receiver, and the receiver will also encrypt or decrypt with his or her public key, private key, and the sender's public key. And that will be all. Thank you, and see you again in the next short video. Bye bye.